Today is the lecture of the origin of language. Let's start what is origin and how it prevailed. Most of the Western linguists and philosophers believe time when people did not have the ability to talk. Humans developed language between 1 lakh and 50,000 years ago. Spoken language and written language started uh, or developed 5,000 years ago. There is no physical evidence about when and how of language in humans emerged. All what is said in this regard is a matter of speculations. Some of these speculations are from four different sources. These four different sources are number one, divine source, second, natural sound source, third, physical adaptation source, fourth, genetic source. Let's study about divine source. In most of the world's religion, language is regarded as a gift from Allah or gods to the human. In Hinduism, it is believed that Saraswati, Brahma's wife, the wife of Brahma, has given a language to human as a gift. However, in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, in Judaism and Christianity, they follow on Quran or Islam said. In Quran point of view, it is clearly mentioned that if that وَأَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا ثُمَّ أَرَدَهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ فَقَالَ أَنْبِئُونِي بِأَسْمَاءِ هَؤُلَاءِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. And he taught Adam the names of all things. Then he placed them before the angels and said, "Tell me the names of these if you are right." On the other hand, there are many other ayat or verses which indicate about the origin of the language. For example, Surah Rahman. In Surah Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ar-Rahmanu allama al-Quran, khalaq al-insan, allamahul bayan. Ashamsul Kamar Beosban, Wanajmu Shajaru Yachutan. Allamahul Bayan means if we find out the meaning, he has taught him means man, speech, and intelligence. So it proved that the language started when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Adam alayhi salam all the names of the universe. In support, for example, in Christianity, if Christianity believe language diversity is a curse to humanity. In Genesis chapter 11, verse 5 and 6, but the Lord came down to see the city and the people were building. The Lord said, if is one people is speaking the same language, they have begun to do this. However, Quran refused that, and Quran tells clearly that language diversity is one sign of Allah or God's supreme power. In Surah Rum clearly mentioned وَمَنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافَ أَلْسِنَاتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Chapter 30, verse 22. And one of his signs in the creation of heavens and the earth, and the diversity of your tongues and colors. Most surely there are signs in this for the learned. Tongues here comes for the language learning. Means whatever the tongue, through tongue we speak up, that mentions clearly mentioned the God. And other ayah, it is clearly mentioned the words وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ. We sent not a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people in order to make things clear to them. There is a hadith. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما منكم من أحد إلا لهم ربه ليس بينه وبينه ترجمان وينظر آمن منه فلا يرى إلا ما قدم وينظر الشام منه فلا يرى إلا ما قدم وينظر بين يديه فلا يرى إلا النار تلقاه وجهه فاتقوا النار ولو بشق تمرات فمن لم يجد فبكلمات طيبة. If I tell you the red underlined words mentioned in the red, the meaning, every one of you will talk to your Lord while there is no interpreter between, there will be no interpreter between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the second source means the first source clearly defines that the divine, it is the Lord, the God, who created the language. Means all the languages are bestowed by the God. If we find out the first human, that is Adam alayhi salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself taught him all the names and asked from the angels that if you know, then tell me, if not, then whatever the language, like Adam alayhi salam spoke, it is said that Hebrew language, in Hebrew language, Ibrani language, means the language Adam alayhi salam and then all the human beings from his offsprings spoke and divided. Today there might be many, more than 7,000 languages prevail in the world, but the languages originality goes to the divine, not some maybe religious aid, Saraswati brought the language in Hinduism, while in Christianity also believe what the Quran said about the Adam alayhi salam, because in Christianity say that what Adam spoke is the language. It is spoken in Genesis. Now the second source is natural sound source. The suggestion of this source is can be explained that primitive words could have been imitation of natural sounds which early men heard around them. For example, ka, ka, sound of flying object, ku, ku, sound of flying creature. People started to imitate the sounds and name the objects and creature with these sounds. In addition to kaku, there may be other sounds like splash, bang, boom, rattle, buzz, hiss, roar. These this theory is also known as bow wow theory. Uh, in addition to the natural sound source or bow wow theory, the same thing. But one thing here comes that most of the linguists reject this theory because only the imitation of the sounds can never be generated, can never generate the language. Let's see again Bow Wow theory. According to this theory, language began when our ancestors started imitating the natural sounds around them. The first speech was onomatopoeic, marked by echoic words such as moo, mew, splash, cuckoo, and bang. So Bow Wow theory is related to the natural sound so theory. Again, there is another yo, he, who theory that again related to the natural sound source theory. Sounds made are made due to physical efforts involving several people could be the source of our language. When they were working all alone in the fields, when people were had nothing to do, there were no technology. Then while working, people create or generate or raise some certain sounds. And even today, if we see people when they are doing physical work, they raise some sounds, some screams, some screeches, some grunts, groans, curses. This theory is based on the social and cultural cooperation found among early men. However, apes have grunts, but they do not have a language like ours. So another theory or source is physical adaptation source. This source depends on the physical features human possess, especially those that are distinct from other creatures. Human physical features that have language, human teeth are upright. For example, when they read fa, fa, wa, wa, fa. The lips are made of intricate muscles. Pa, pa, ba, ba. The tongue is also helpful. Human larynx, voice box containing vocal cord like this one. This one is a vocal cord which is raising and falling the sounds and help to create the sound. Pharynx, resonator. Human brain's left hemisphere, and most of the people is responsible for controlling the above organs of speech. Left hemisphere of the brain completely control the whatever the speech people make. The last is genetic source. The reason why physical adaptation take place in human and why deaf and dumb can be fluent sign language user is answered by supporters of innateness hypothesis. Human offsprings are born with a special capacity for language. The language capacity is genetically hardwired in born baby. The genetic means innateness source. According to Chomsky, language is partially innate and partially acquired. Means that the language partially innate means that comes through parent to parent, through ancestor to ancestor. The language is being transferred. That is to be called innate. Means language is in genes in blood. The partially it is being acquired through imitation or whatever the people perceive and see and that. Thank you very much.